Welcome back to the final installment in this series on Sigurd Rascher's top tones for the saxophone. The exercises in this book can be summed up as sustained tones or long tones, tone imagination, overtone studies, and the special exercises for discovering and practicing the top tones. The long tones in the so-called normal range are essential because you need to be able to play the fundamentals and first overtones in the first 2.5 octaves before you can reach the higher partials and play in the upper register. Every note needs to be practiced at every dynamic, which is quite a tall order for a single practice session. One way I like to approach this is to take a note from the low, middle, and upper registers each day. So in the course of about 10 days, you cover all the notes from low B flat to top F sharp. Another approach is to focus on notes you know need refining. Maybe the palm keys or spatula keys, or any note you feel you could have better control over. Eventually, when you begin to develop fluency in the upper register, you'll want to practice long tones with these notes as well. This is especially useful because it can be tempting to think of these notes as something special or extra. But we should strive to practice them to the point of being just as reliable and easy to produce as the notes in the low and mid-range. Next is tone imagination, which is the practice of pre-hearing intervals before you play them. You can continue practicing them in fourths, fifths, and octaves as written in top tones, add other intervals, or play them up an octave to continue strengthening your inner ear. You'll also want to regularly practice the overtone studies. Personally, I often find these to be more difficult than just playing the top tones themselves. But there is perhaps no better exercise for increasing your confidence with tone production on the saxophone, because after a while, you really begin to feel like you can produce any harmonic partial at will. One of the variations I like to do with the overtone studies in the book is to take one of the patterns and move it up from low B flat to the highest fingering I can manage. then the special exercises are great for ironing out problem notes and continuing to improve the quality of your upper register. And what if you can play all of the exercises? Go back to the beginning again and take everything up an octave. So that covers everything we've talked about in the previous 4 videos, but there is one more exercise Rasher gives to continue developing mastery over the extended range. Namely, scales in natural overtones using only the 5 lowest notes. These are quite challenging, but a great way to put all of the previous material into one exercise. And that's everything in the Top Tones book, which is a lifetime's worth of work, because you're never really going to be done with it. If you haven't quite got this yet, keep at it, because I promise it's going to come together sooner or later. And if you're already having success in producing the top tones, still keep at it, because there will always be new things to learn and ways to keep improving our playing. To paraphrase Sigurd Rasher once again, a few minutes each day is enough for these exercises, but it has to be every day. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you got something valuable out of this series. Keep doing those breathing calisthenics and stay tuned for more content.